By now, it's pretty much common knowledge that Kathleen Kennedy's contract as head of Lucasfilm has been renewed for another 3 years. I don't think we could have expected much else. For Disney, to fire a female executive in the Me Too era just isn't going to happen. It seems that, if you're the right gender, in the right position, and manage to have one film underperform by roughly $700 million, and then manage to lose an estimated $80 to $100 million on the next movie, then I guess you can be rewarded by keeping your job. If a man were in the same position, he would have been gone 6 months ago. The fact that the entertainment industry no longer seems to care about meritocracy is going to bite them in the ass. Actually, it's already biting them in the ass. Ultimately, though, I don't think this really changes anything. The damage that has been done to the Star Wars brand is going to last for a very long time. In fact, it may be permanent. We all know that The Last Jedi was a terrible movie on multiple levels. It was disjointed, nonsensical, undid everything that The Force Awakens set up, and was completely and utterly infested with feminist and SJW BS. Having a bad movie is one thing. After all, many franchises have bad movies and have then gone on to redeem themselves. It was the response that came after that alienated most fans. Kennedy did not hide her feminist beliefs, and it has infested all Star Wars films created since Disney took over. Not only has her ideology destroyed Star Wars, but she has proven incompetent. You were put in charge of the biggest IP in movie history. Did you really think integrating ideology that only a fraction of society agrees with was going to work out? I know feminists and SJWs always think they're right about everything, so I guess she was just oblivious. But still, you had plenty of time to change The Last Jedi. Ghostbusters 2016 set the template for ideological failure, and it came out well over a year before The Last Jedi. You had proof that identity politics and mainstream film audiences do not really like each other. For good reason, like it or not. While you might think that everyone has strong personal political beliefs, the fact is that most regular people just don't care. They are busy working and getting on with life to care about identity politics and ideology. They want to be entertained. They don't want to be lectured to. Even a small amount of market research should have revealed this to you. Not only was she incompetent when it came to the infusion of ideology, but look at how many directors have been fired under her watch. Some before the movie started shooting, and some right in the middle of production, or as production was almost finished. As a leader, she sucks. Equally responsible for destroying Star Wars is Rian Johnson, who was Kennedy's personal pick. As I said, other franchises have had disasters, but recovered, because they looked at what they did wrong and fixed it. But what does Rian Johnson do? He doubles down on ideology and then spends the next few months insulting fans. What the hell kind of business strategy is this? Oh, people don't like my product. Well, rather than addressing the problem, I'll just insult them. That'll surely fix things. Idiot. His little round head can barely hold in his ego, and that's what destroyed The Last Jedi. His ego. He adopted feminism and social justice as a theme template because he thought it would prove him superior to everyone else. That, and he was also pushed by Kennedy. He threw away everything J.J. Abrams set up because of his ego. He attacked fans because his ego can't accept any form of criticism. If he spent more time on story, well, let's face it, it probably still would have sucked because the guy's a hack. So getting back to my main point, I don't think retaining Kennedy for 3 more years is going to change anything. Episode 9 is going to be a train wreck, regardless of what happens. J.J. Abrams is a talented writer and director, and, unlike Roundhead, he has done some stellar work in the past, although his political views are ridiculous. Unfortunately, no matter how good a filmmaker, he can't save this mess, and even though I like The Force Awakens, he is partially to blame for this. I have no interest in the 3 main characters, and Daisy Ridley's complete lack of charisma and, well, lack of ability to act is a pretty big obstacle to get past. Let's not forget that it was also JJ who set up the whole Mary Sue aspect in The Force Awakens. It was merely augmented by Rian Johnson. If she's already perfect and can do everything, then what are the stakes? Why would we be interested when the outcome is already obvious? You have to have compelling characters to make an audience want to come back. And nothing makes Rey and Friends compelling. Rey obviously doesn't have any obstacles to overcome if she's already perfect. So why should we care? But let's put all that aside and pretend JJ retcons everything and makes a terrific movie. I still think it will underperform substantially. Why? Because the franchise drove its core audience away. If you are ever to make general audiences and long-term Star Wars fans interested in Star Wars again, it's going to take more than a couple of years. Audiences are fickle, and they made it clear that they have no interest in Star Wars movies at this point, thanks to the way Kennedy has handled the franchise. I'd say it needs to go away for another decade. at the very least, to undo the damage. And this is why I don't think Kennedy staying on for another 3 years is going to change anything. Bob Iger kind of covered for her in his statement, whereby he took full responsibility for the problems with Star Wars. He also said that the buck stops with him, which might lead some to hope he'll get rid of identity politics in Star Wars. But I don't think that's going to be the case. I'm pretty sure Disney already knows things probably aren't going to work out very well for Episode 9. So I guess leaving Kennedy in charge will redirect some of the blame, while their dumpster fire continues. If you want to see how bad things are in the Star Wars universe at the moment, then just look at the Resistance trailer. I could call it horrible, but that doesn't do it justice. The only potential light at the end of the tunnel for Star Wars is the return of Clone Wars. But how can we be sure that they won't completely mess that up too? We can only hope that Dave Filoni stands his ground. Oh, Star Wars, how did you manage to fall apart so damn quickly and spectacularly? And that's all for today. Don't forget to follow me on Twitter, and check out my other channel, Bullstrike Media, for Blu-ray and technology videos. And as always, everyone, thank you for watching, and have a great day.